Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday to you. Wishing you well on April 29th. Yesterday was my son's 30th birthday. 30! I can't believe I have a 30-year-old child. I have a child older than him, too. This Wood's old. Anyways, I wanted to first start by saying thank you to those of you that have been turning in your chapter quizzes. I graded them today. I updated grades, so you will see that your work is there and it has been graded. And I really appreciate you taking the time to continue on with our English work and to turn it in. And if you haven't turned in your quizzes yet, remember that you can. The assignments are up there and everything's ready for you to go so that you can Gatsby. Just a reminder to those of you that did turn in your test scores, your screenshots of your test scores, remember to be career and college ready. And I've told you this before in school, and it's really easy to forget. When you screenshot a screenshot, then it just says screenshot and then the time. Well, what happens if you do that long enough on your computer, meaning numerous times, you're going to have all of these screenshots and you're not going to know what they're for. So don't forget that once you screenshot something, you want to go ahead and you want to title it what the file actually is. So something like Gatsby Chapter 1, Gatsby Chapter 2, or uh, you could just put GQ for Gatsby Quiz 1, whatever, something, anything, so that you have it titled and that you can find it again. And you always want to make sure that when you title something as well, make it easy and simple. I always like to organize my specific things in a folder on my desktop. Remember that we've already organized our school loop lockers and you've already organized your Google Drives. You should have your 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade work folders, and I showed you how to pull work in and start organizing it. And this would be a good time to get that all organized before senior year. So don't forget, when you screenshot one of your career and college ready things that you want to do, is you want to title it what it actually is. Okay. So I hope you're enjoying the book. You're getting ready to finish it this week and then do the full book quiz. So I'll be interested to talk to you about it. I've been pretty mum. I haven't wanted to give anything away, but I hope you're enjoying it. It definitely meets our themes of 11th grade, which are fear, freedom, and individuality. And I think it's a really interesting book to read right now with what's going on with us. Remember, the Gatsby takes place right after the Spanish influenza epidemic, pandemic. The boys come home from war, and all of a sudden, America just seems like this big giant party of everybody partying and building and excited before the stock market crash. And of course, it's a love story, and I always love a love story. So I hope you're enjoying reading it. But I want you to start thinking about, now that you're getting towards the end of the book, now I want you to start to go into some of your deep thinking. Okay, I want you to consider the themes of fear and freedom and individuality with each one of the characters. Now, I'm not saying you have to write anything down. You can. If it's easier for you to list and kind of look at them, that's fine. But you don't have to. I just want you to consider it. I want you to go, okay, Daisy, what are Daisy's fears? I'm sure you know what they are. What's her freedom? And what is freedom to Daisy? And how does she show her individuality? And I want you to do that with the Buchanans, with Nick, with Gatsby, with Jordan. Maya Wolfsheim would be a cool one to look at. All the characters in the book, just kind of look at them and see what would you say their fears are? What are their freedoms? What's their individuality? And so I want you to consider that. Now, we are going to get back to writing here pretty soon. And I want you, although we've already done a narrative in class, I want you to just put that aside. We're done with that, okay? Whatever happened in class prior to this, we're moving on. Not that you can't go back and do makeup work, you can. But I want to move on, especially with what's going on. Sorry, they're doing lawn work right now, of course. But when we get back to narrative, we're going to look at our themes: fear, freedom, and individuality. And we're going to write something personal related to that. Hang on, let me close the window. I have really noticed being home that like everybody has a lawn person on a different day, and I'm like, we need to just get together and everybody have all their lawn stuff done on Wednesday. So the sound is just like, oh my gosh, it's constant. Being home has been interesting for me. I have always considered myself, I like to be home with my animals. You guys know that, or at the cabin in the forest. I like to be alone. But I miss you guys so much. And to me, high school has always been like a Gatsby cocktail party without the cocktails, but it's always been like a Gatsby party. Like you never knew who was going to show up, and you never knew what was going to happen, and you never knew what was going on. And one minute it could be rally day, and people are marching past the room, playing drums and shouting and cheering, and or the next day, the track team could be having a meet. You hear the starting guns and hear the announcer, and I miss that energy of high school that you all create, and I realize how much it's my life. And the cool thing about things like this, if you can even find anything cool about a pandemic, but one of the things that I find right now is helps me reflect on what's really important to me, and how I want my life to be different when I get back to school. And I can tell you, I always thought I was ready to retire, but I'm obviously not ready to retire. I think I just miss teaching and miss being with you guys too much. So, anyways, one of the things that is cool about having the pig and the animals is people come by my house every day. And a lot of little kids are coming by now because their parents kind of work it into their school day or their enrichment day. And I'm sure, there are many of you listening to this right now that feel the same way as me. You kind of like being home, you miss being at school. And then there are some people that like I talk to some little kids and they're like, "Oh, I love being home. I never want to go back. I love distance learning." And then there's other little kids that are like, "I hate being home. I want to be with all my friends and my teacher." And I'm like, "Yeah, I get it. I get it." So, we're all in this. We're all in this together. But anyways, so we're going to start looking at narrative, and your narrative, of course, is going to be reflective of what's going on right now in your world, related to fear and freedom and individuality. So keep that in mind. The other thing that we're going to be working on writing wise is we're going to go back to analysis, and we had started analysis with the Crucible, and then everything fell apart, meaning we had to leave school. So, of course, it falls apart in Salem too, doesn't it? So we are going to be looking at analysis related to Gatsby and writing analysis related to Gatsby, and so just keep that in mind and can consider the themes, okay, with everything: fear, freedom, and individuality. Also, I'm going to offer you an arts based opportunity if you're interested. If you're not, that's fine. Um, but I just thought this is a great time to create. I've been thinking a lot. I haven't been creating like sitting down and creating in large spans of time, probably because I'm focused on you guys, focused on teaching, focused on the yearbook. So, maybe when I have the yearbook done, um, more creative stuff. But I have been writing like snippets of songs, snippets of stories, and I've noticed a lot of stories are going in my mind, thinking about things. And I'm sure you guys as artists, you're doing the same thing. We tend to create. That's what we do, and whenever we have opportunities, whether they're fear based opportunities or freedom based opportunities or individual based opportunities, we tend to create. So those are the things that I'm thinking right now. Keep reading Gatsby. Know that it's my favorite classic for so many reasons. Beautiful writing, great story. I love how he uses music as little punctuations throughout the actual music from the time period to give you clues, to the story. Um, I love the love of jazz, and I just think it's beautiful. I think this book is like a song, especially when you read it out loud. Read some of the passages out loud, and you'll be just moved by the cadence. The rhythm is just gorgeous. So I'm wishing you all well today, and remember that you can contact me at any time. I check the computer all the time, and I'm here, and I miss you, and keep Gatsbying. All right, you're finishing this week. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.